Right. How's it going, everyone? Let me know if you can hear me. All right, looks like we're relaunching this. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties, guys. What's up, Ghost Cry? Welcome to the stream. I write the script. Everything on the channel I write myself. I've always enjoyed screenwriting and been a fan of movies. Studied a bit in school. So yeah, I take credit for the writing, but of course, the writing is, the writing would probably seem very cringe without using the voices that I do. Trolling London makes you wish for a bloody clear sky, mate. I'm tempted to do a melee build, like someone said in the comments, just for the meme, being a little London street rat or something. Melee build knife only. I'm sure they have like a ton of knives. Thanks for being patient, guys. Irradiated penguins would be cool. Like if there was a zoo location or something. I'd feel really bad fighting them though. Made the rake. No, you can't get the mod off Nexus. You can get it off GOG, the game store. The reason it's not on Nexus is because the mod in total is about 35 gigabytes, which is the same size as base game Fallout 4. So Nexus, they talked with Nexus and they decided just not to put it on Nexus because a bunch of people downloading a 35 gigabyte mod off of Nexus isn't gonna do very well. While I'm waiting for this to work, do you guys have any suggestions as for character names or anything like that? John Miller, Mr. Bean. Call it blasphemy if you like, but I've never watched a Mr. Bean movie or TV show. I'm not sure which it is. But I do know who Mr. Bean is. Ringo Starr, that's a good pick. I was thinking about the Beatles earlier. Out of all the Beatles, Ringo sounds like the most British name, you know. My first pick was Alex Turner. If there's any Arctic Monkeys fans in the chat. Thoughts on previous total conversion mods like New California? I played New California back when it was just Project Brazil, like when the just the opening of the game had launched. And I think later on I um played a little through New California, but it was more so of like a move to quest target, kind of skip through things. And I liked the atmosphere. I thought it was cool that you could go to Shady Sands and that it took place before New Vegas. And I used to think that the main story tie-in, um, spoilers about who your character is in New California, was cool at first, but I'm not sure how I feel about it now. I might need another playthrough for it. I don't know the Nevada one you're talking about though. Oh, Project Nevada for Fallout 4. Um, or not. Maybe it's not that. Oh, I'm on for Fallout 2. I've actually never played Fallout 1 or 2. I always mean to start them. It's not that I don't like isometrics or classic RPGs like that, but I just haven't gotten around to playing them. Thoughts on Fallout 4? Like most people say, I love the gameplay of Fallout 4 for the most part. But New Vegas being my first game, I wasn't super happy with just the way things go in that game, story wise and interaction wise. Fallout the Frontier, I also haven't played. I do have it installed though. I was planning to at the very least get some footage for my other videos. But of course there was all the Frontier controversy, so I steered away from playing it when it first came out. Oh cool, I have to check out the music at the very least. Um and yeah, the quality of the story and plotting. I feel like all the elements were there for Fallout 4. Like you had these factions, but I don't know. Something just doesn't click. I was talking about this with Night Raven, if you guys watch his videos. Um, but yeah, we'll we were joking that sometimes we'll convince ourselves that we like Fallout 4 after modding it, but then we're quickly disillusioned with that about 20 hours in. Yes, Night Raven's awesome. And Chad No Bark as well. I don't know that it's that Bethesda doesn't put any weight on writing. I think it really just comes down to a difference between, what the studios excel at. So Bethesda's philosophy is kind of, let the, I don't know, they kind of just want you to enter the world and be able to go and do whatever, which has value. But, even if New Vegas is a little more on rails and you're supposed to take this direction to go to New Vegas and all this, like, I think once it opens up, it's a lot better than Fallout 4 in that respect. It's sort of the same situation with the Knights of the Old Republic games. If anyone has ever played those, they're pretty old now. But first Knights of the Old Republic was by BioWare. It's very much like a black and white morality game, similar to Mass Effect 1, I'd say. And then Obsidian came in with Knights of the Old Republic 2, and it had more depth, you know, to the extent that they could in 2004. Thoughts on New Vegas, nation/faction building? Avalon was very critical of what was made of the NCR. I'm assuming you mean he was critical of what happened in the show. Um, I understand the criticisms of what happened with the NCR in the show, um, but I think that was always going to be the case because even with like four basic endings for New Vegas, it's like you'll see so much talk online about, you know, the headcanons of what the courier does for each of those factions after the fact. Of course, there's in the slideshow, but for the most part, the community, with regard to the independent ending, they sort of headcanon that the courier stays around to, keep things in order rather than leaving, which is what the game suggests. Um, so ultimately, when you set a show 15 years later and it's on the West Coast and you wanted to have the Fallout aesthetic, then you might want to get rid of the NCR. Same here, Ghostcry. I think I played the first Knights of the Old Republic first before 2, but I didn't finish the first game before 2. 2 was one of the first games as a kid that I remember like completing and being like proud of finishing the game. Oh, dude, if you haven't replayed it as an adult, I highly recommend it. Yeah, I kind of agree. Aaron Hughes. Yes, they are good with presentation. In my opinion, I think, you know, I thought Oblivion was pretty strong. And of course, Skyrim was very strong when it came out. Of course, now, almost 15 years after the fact, people think Skyrim is shallow compared to Oblivion and especially compared to Morrowind. But I think, especially after Skyrim, Bethesda kind of fell into this notion that, their games are vehicles for modding. Um, so they just try to make it as general as possible, I guess. I need to know if he's okay, if he's safe. He's definitely more assertive, that's for sure. They can be good at presentation, but then there's Starfield and that mess. Call me crazy, but I enjoyed Starfield. I enjoyed it for what it was. Obviously, there were things that could have been better. Load screens, for example. But going into it and playing it and not expecting there to be seamless space travel and all these things that people speculated on or vehicles. Uh, yeah, but I enjoyed it. Once, the first few hours were kind of weird, fast traveling and everything, but once I settled into it and I just reminded myself this is a Bethesda game, like a lot of it's fast travel, then it was fine. And I think even if there was seamless space travel in those things, people would still choose the fast travel. Yeah, I'm not saying it didn't have issues for sure. I mean, a simple fix to the load screen would have just been having some animation play. It's like they did that in Fallout 4 with the elevators. Whenever you're in an elevator loading a new section. Exploration definitely lackluster though. I did not explore much. It's very much like a pick a quest, go do that quest and come back kind of game. What do I think the currency of London will be? Um, that's a good question. Probably not caps, of course. The British pound. It honestly could be the, traditional real world currency. I know that the Queen was originally going to be in the game before she passed. But they removed her. I think it's King Charles is in the game now. But it'd be cool if he was a ghoul or something like that. Oh, they mentioned a queen in the trailer. Okay, like the launch trailer that just came out today. Also, I'm pretty sure it's working now, guys, so give me just 1 minute to get through the intro screens. Yeah, yeah. I think it's working. Give me 1 sec. Alright, here we go, guys. Fingers crossed. We're definitely at a different load screen than last time, but I'm not sure if this one will finish. Here we go. Brilliant.
War. War never changes. Since the dawn of man, when tribes beat each other to death over necessities, the will to power has been the driving force of mankind. When the great fires of humanity's ambition ravaged the earth, it was not our doing, for the bloodiest chapter of human history had only begun. Britain was not spared the hellfire, and London, a monument to mankind's ambition, was returned to the state of nature. Those who emerged from the ashes did so from a network of underground bunkers known as Pindar stations. And so it was that the embers of civilization,
Yeah, I like the narrator's
would
voice
ignite
too.
once again. Over a century later, through the military might of the Tommies, an aristocratic parliament continues to give orders. But few are still listening. In the Tower Hamlets, the fifth column rises. Training drums beat and uniforms march, all in the name of their dear leader, Eve Varney. Across the Thames, in the pastures of Richmond, a great army gathers strength. Styled on the Camelot knights of days past, they're headed once more unto the breach. For there are
There's not a
whispers
reference to
of
Captain
angels
Price.
beneath this hallowed land.
I wouldn't mind someone
A
being
curtain
named
of
Price.
illusion and intrigue, a puppeteer behind the scene. Only one thing is certain. Those who take the road to Westminster will be forever changed. Because in mankind's pursuit of power, there is no price too high, no life too valuable, and no ideal too sacred. Because war never changes.
Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Stand clear of the doors, please.
Alright, guys. We playing a dude. I think we gotta play a dude unless we're trying to be Queen Elizabeth.
Subject has been performing adequately. No spikes in visuals. Nothing unusual.
Perfectly usual.
Quiet. Smythe will be pleased.
How are they in appearance?
Uncertain. Perhaps we should take a closer examination.
An FEV. What a start that would be. Alright. This guy looks like a proper Brit. That's how British people are made. Yeah, that's why their teeth are so bad. Make him look like the Hoff. Who's Hoff? David Hasselhoff? Gotta go with the pompadour. It's in here. There's so many. I'm just gonna go with this one. If you guys don't like the look of them, we can probably change it in the race menu later, but pretty excited just to start playing, to be honest. Yeah, we'll just do this for now.
Excellent. A rapid progress is being made. And with zero.
Also, let me know if I need to rebalance the sound at all.
Now, what about their physical and mental development?
Okay. Love these animations too. I'm just excited to see all of the classic like Fallout type stuff that's been converted because it's not American. Like I've seen the Pip-Boy and it looks really cool. All right, are we gonna do a melee build? I think we do a melee build. Yeah, we're doing a melee build. In that case, I'll bring that down just a bit and go into endurance. All right, I think Ringo. I think we're gonna go with Ringo. Shout out to whoever suggested that. Ringor. Traits. There weren't traits in base game Fallout 4, were there? As much as I would love to be a Kim head. I think we're going Sleepwalker because it seems like a wild wasteland kind of deal. +1 to each special but suffer -15 from experience. That's unarmed. Intelligence may never exceed 3. Look at that animation, dude. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this one. Nah, let's just do the Sleepwalker one for now. It's hard to tell without knowing how the game is gonna play out or anything. Like, it may be good to have intelligence later for a certain perk. Well, I think I just chose something random by accident.
Gentlemen, I trust everything is going well.
Yeah, you're right. I should have picked Hoarder.
Tremendously so. In fact, it may be our best work yet.
Good.
That's
The
true,
subject
Conrad.
looks
Thanks for reminding
ready
me
for
of that.
conditioning. Within a week or so, we can wrap up Phase 1.
Thank you, sir. I'll set Phase 1 on autopilot.
See that it's done.
Seems to be rousing a bit.
Not to worry. Let's put them back under.
Oh. He's still shooting. Metal pipe sound effect. All right. I'm gonna see if there's any FOV slider. Probably not. Doesn't seem like it, but let me try this. No, it automatically resets. Alright, if I continue this playthrough on the channel, I'll grab some other mods that are compatible, like an FOV slider or like different textures for blood and stuff like that. Van Buren, do you think Christopher Lloyd would have been a good choice as Victor Presper? I've watched a few summary videos on Van Buren. It's been several years though, so I'm not sure who Victor Presper is in the game. Is that supposed to be the antagonist? I know it had something to do with like a space station and like a orbital death ray or something like that. And like a rogue AI, maybe? Try not to catch a stray bullet here. Yeah, Victor Presper is the main antagonist. I think Christopher Lloyd probably would have been good. Yeah. I feel like he would really sell that like mad scientist kind of vibe, but still like within Fallout's comedy, you know. Alright, I feel like that's the way to go. So I'm gonna check this side first. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but didn't they borrow some elements from Presper's storyline to use for Father Elijah? Like at least his notion of like rebuilding the world in his image. Skimmed milk. I love it. Oh, we got our first thing of tea here. We'll need a cup, of course. I don't feel like there was much more up here. Just gonna go the other way. Okay, bobby pins. Okay. Log entry 1. Whoops, that's 2. The troopers have secured us a batch of the rad shrews for testing. I would have preferred working with rad rats, but it seems they were chased off by their counterparts. Judging by the size of the rad shrews in London Bridge Station, I don't entirely blame them. Testing on the captured rad shrews is going well, multiple have died, but the remaining ones are stronger than ever. I'm especially proud of the one we affectionately refer to as Big Dave. I'm sure that's going to be a boss later. I'm now going to move us on to the next stage of development, which will introduce more vitamins into their diet. We'll also simultaneously reduce their feed to see how they cope. I predict a lot of them will die, so we better get the nets ready to capture some more. Smith should be content with the results. Progress has been made and exciting new things have been discovered. Not only did the rad shrew surpass expectations, but some of the results correlated with our prize subjects next door. Utterly fabulous to see it all coming together. With any luck, Smith will visit the laboratory soon and see our progress. Smith is probably that guy that walked in to check on the lab earlier. The rad shrew is a small carnivorous mammal mutated from its much smaller counterpart, the common shrew. Common shrew was ate insects. Its evolution along the food chain now permits it to hunt much larger prey. The rad shrew has tiny eyes and a large nose, giving it a keen sense of smell. Rad shrews snuffle through the undergrowth for their prey and can be found in most habitats, but prefer dirt, flooring, woodland, and grassland. Active by day and night, they are very territorial and aggressive for their size, and can sometimes be heard fighting. Their high-pitched squeaks particularly noticeable during the summer. All right. Smythe? Like the one from 1984? I read 1984. OMG, it's Jabo? Or Jabo? I don't know how you pronounce it, but I know what you're talking about. It's weird how many nickels I would have for every time someone in the Fallout universe thinks the answer to post-nuclear war wasteland is to use more nukes. I know, right? Everyone. Ulysses, the Courier optionally, and we of course have the Fallout TV show. Yeah, the rats are Jabo. Is Jabo streaming already? I only realized he was coming out because he put a post out yesterday that said he'd be playing it. Oh, here's the Pip-Boy. Alright. I'm very excited for this thing. I want to know what they call this guy. Does he have a name? Okay, so it looks like the Pip-Boy, of course. Hard to tell without having been to the map, but I imagine it's pretty big. I think people have said this is bigger than Fallout 4 base game. Also, what's great is, I'm not sure what this station is. Crystal Palace plays the music from Fallout 4, so all of the American tracks. So you can't play that one because we'll get copyright struck, but everything on the Mend will not get copyright struck. And it's so weird making Fallout videos, especially like Let's Plays on YouTube and things, without using the radio, because it's such a just a classic part of Fallout. So we'll play the Mend. The Pigmenty crosser tosser.
1, 2, 3. Ah, here we go then. It's me.
I'm gonna turn the audio up on this a bit. Still kind of quiet. Hopefully you guys can hear it well.
Your boy Nigel. Some call me Nigel the Nihilist, but you, me old Chinese, can call me whatever you like. Now, some of you might remember the old Pretretron host DJ, XJT13. But his little sprocket went bang, and so did the music. So now you're stuck with me and my new
Gotta drink some
pirate
tea.
radio station, the Mend. So yeah, you on the Mend. Here
Or
we
did I
are,
just eat the bag of tea? Pretty sure I just ate the bag.
I'm a little bit different than the tight asses over at the BBM.
Hey, it's your boy Nigel.
He's over at the palace, ain't got nothing on me.
Utility belt.
I'll be laying down some hits from across the London wasteland. as
Oh, and
well.
there's a regular
Stuff
Pip-Boy
from
too if you want to use that one.
all the way from the US of A.
I don't want it to like switch to that one. I'm gonna just pop a save real quick. I'm sure they have like a setting to change it in the Pip-Boy, but oh no, it's just a little terminal. Like they're like they stole it from the Americans. Where's the Pimp-Boy 3 billion? It's at Mick and Ralph's, man. Yeah, Nigel was kind of quiet, but the radio's a little bit loud for me. floating foot boy there. I like the blowing on it, like an old Nintendo cartridge or something. I want a gun, man. Dexy. Okay, Charisma Chem. Let's grab some ammo from this.
You got it, boss. Uh-huh. Yeah. No power.
Kyle
That's
K.
when you move it
Downs,
from the main
everybody.
network.
Great stuff indeed.
But
Next song reminds me of the girl who
Having to
made me
adapt to
laugh.
British nostalgia music. Doubt I'll hear the ink spots this side of the pond. I think there's a couple of covers they did with permission. So I think some of the classic Fallout songs are in there, but they'll sound different, of course. Probably won't hear any ink spots, of course. Pick up the torch. Yeah, here's the ink spots cover right now, actually. It's also so strange being in a Fallout game, but like actually playing it, if that makes sense. Like obviously like play them, but it's like you get into a routine of like, you know you have to run here in the intro and do this and grab this and whatever. So it takes the immersion out of it. But it's like, this is brand new. Yeah, the timing was really good on that.
Where are you going? I doubt you'll make it far. Someone such as
This is Smith, I'm guessing? Or,
you were
Smythe?
more useful as a lab rat. But alas, it seems I'm not long for this world. It's a shame, really. There was so much I wanted to do. Off you go, then. Be seeing you.
G-Man wannabe. I guess you can come back and open that later. I do want to look at the perk chart really quickly. Oh, dude. As great as the like the animations and the art are on the Fallout 4 perk screen, it's just nice seeing this instead. Like New Vegas style, Fallout 3 style. Alright.
Beauty of a track by Avalon Brown there, dear listeners. As always, we'll meet again. You're on the mend, and this radio station is brassic. If you fancy topping up my coffers, head over to me in Hackney. Till then, here's me shilling for the courthouse. Tottenham Court Road wants to remind everyone that they are running a 2-for-1 drink offer. Sounds pretty good if you ask me. Fair warning, the chap who asked for this advert looked like an hooligan.
It's a mannequin.
So be warned. Did you know you can get some really good
Chained.
encounters? Probably some bad
I'm sure the
advice,
junk will have a use later. I just can't make
Either way,
myself
enjoy
pick up all
track
this
with the
junk
same
right now.
name.
You are quite the wayfarer, aren't you? Escaping all that hubbub. With all you've been through, I'm impressed. It seems I neglected to introduce myself. Very unprofessional of me. I'm Mr. Smythe.
You're right, Smythe.
And you? Well, it doesn't matter who you are. Now, I'm sure you have many questions, and perhaps someday I'll answer them. But for now, wayfarer, let's not stand on parade. Since I'm all for giving one a sporting chance, I've unlocked the doors. Go. Stay safe, and remember, mind the gap.
I think it was you, Conrad, but when you said Smythe earlier from 1984, remind me which character that is? Because I know like the main bad guy is O'Brien, and then there's Wilson. That's the main guy's name, Wilson, I think. Gotta have some cigs. Man, I love the terminals and the phones, man. Winston Smith, there we go. Definitely Andrew Ryan vibes, I get that. What would be a funnier side quest? Someone sends you go find Lennon and it turns out to be Lennon, or dude, Lennon turns out to be Lennon. I think the second one is funnier. Like going to take out a Bolshevik and then it's just John Lennon. Then he's like singing Imagine. So the Shard.
I hope you all enjoyed that last song, Geiger Counter. By
Enjoy your
Gambit.
stay and do not hesitate to contact our concierge team. Just hotel.
It's certainly Fallout in
Throw the
London,
peasants
alright?
out. Don't let the mice in.
A great one by Sif Bentos, everyone. Yay! Listen in.
I know all the terminals have great lore. We'll come back for them later and pay more attention to them as we go, but I just want to get out of here for now. I'm guessing this way. Let's check the quest log. Find a way out. Okay. I'll try this. What's up, No Bark? Yeah, dude, it was pretty hectic. I tried it on Steam first. It just wasn't working. When I loaded in, it said I was missing an ESM. It might have been because I had leftover files from my Fallout 4 mod list. But I just ended up buying it on GOG. It's on sale for like 15 bucks right now, just for the ease of access. And then installed it via GOG as well, and it worked pretty well. The only thing I had to do, there was an issue where I was stuck at the main menu screen, like trying to start a new game. So I just had to delete my documents folder, or the Fallout 4 documents folder, and the app data folder, and it worked fine. Todd got an extra $12. Pesky Todd. Can I ask you to install Fallout 4 first? Yeah. Yeah, install Fallout 4 first and then install the mod. But if you get it on GOG, then it downgrades and everything. Like, all you have to do is run the Fallout London installer and it'll take care of it all. Much preferable to downgrading the game, which took a very long time. And that's why the stream started late and it still didn't work after all that, so. Our first knife. Do it. Alright. Jump, I guess, is what they mean. Yeah. Take that bag as well. Oh, the Pip-Boy's so cool, guys. Steam users can't even downgrade the Nexus mods page. Flagged Fallout London as a virus. I'm dead, dude. Yeah, the Steam, I was able to downgrade with Steam, but it just took forever. So I mean, there's tens of thousands of people trying to download this right now. So if anyone in the chat wants to get the mod, I highly just recommend going the GOG route. Alright, here we go. See, it said do it. It means jump, right? I'm probably gonna die. I'm definitely dead. That is not what they meant by do it. It did not end well. No, it did not. Maybe you just come up here for the bag? You can't call it a Pip-Boy, it's a copyrighted term by Robco or General Atomics. Yeah, you're right, you're right. I do like that it's some of the controls are weird. You can't see it from, or I'll just TFC. But it's on the hip. I really like that. It's on the belt along with the torch. It's a cool touch.
That just then was the Blighty Bob.
Yeah, if anyone knows what the name for this this Pip-Boy is, that'd be great. For now, I'll call it the Pop Chap.
Reminder from the Tommies that the financial district of London is still dangerous and they do not have control there. Probably took some guts to make that message, eh? This next one is another Seth Bentos classic.
Oh, well, this would have been... I had a feeling this was the right way to go. Yeah, it really is the little things that count. Dude, I mean, at this point, if I don't get a weapon, I might just go for a bare knuckle brawler build or something. Oh, I thought that was a club. Oh, is that the trait that I accidentally took? Was unarmed? Because I'm like beating the shit out of these things. Didn't Mr. Alice have a company branch in England? It could very well be a Pip-Boy model based on the 2000 series. I'm not sure about Mr. Alice having a branch. He might have. But I think earlier, I didn't really read through the terminal, but it looked like they were kind of like stealing the data from a Pip-Boy and putting it into whatever this is. Seems like a experimental kind of thing.
Next is I've wandered the wastes. I've done that, you know. Bloody shit out there. Don't do it, chaps. Stay at home.
Just gonna see if I could cheese that there. This is heavily inspired by a 1984 movie, Threads, horrific depiction of nuclear warfare. Totally the prequel to this, in my opinion. I've never seen it, but I'll put it on my list. I love movies. I'm missing a weapon. Look at the skeletal body. Thank you. This one here? There we go. And a magazine. And I'm definitely taking that bowler hat as well. Alright, now we're ready to be British. Here we go. It seems like a bootleg, at least from what I saw, but could be wrong. Also, thanks Network for joining the stream. Glad you're here, man. One of the Droogs from A Clockwork Orange, he sure does. I should have called him Alex DeLarge. You can become Oxhorn in Fallout London Online. Yeah, I'm a lore master, bro. Alright, here's the step out moment. Yeah, I wonder if VATS did change. I'll see the next time I encounter an enemy. Alright, I know we ride the train into the city, but I'm gonna check for some loot. Oh, didn't even need to interact. Here we go. knew that about Alex DeLarge's actor. That's interesting. Yeah, I'll turn the radio off, no problem.
That one was I've Wandered the Wastes by Guinness Walker.
You can expect delays and revisions to the timetables of this train service due to leaves on the track.
Dramatic Cures the World music. Yeah, I feel like we're about to get that. That wasn't really the walkout moment, I guess. They put a crap load of work into this and it shows. Yeah. Yeah. I imagine it's gonna be consistent, but I'm like half expecting to find some weird like Fallout the Frontier type shit here in a bit. Thank you, the music's great, but I want to hear the themes that the game the team has come up with. I'm hoping for a Doctor Who vibe. Yeah, totally agree. Oh, there's our first crash. Perfect timing after we were talking about polished. Alright, let me just load it up again. I know a lot of people were talking about it crashing at that first little junction, so I'm not surprised. Give me just 1 minute, guys.
When you hear the attack warning, you and your family...
All right. Authentic Fallout crash, 10 out of 10. Yeah, that's how you know Todd got his money. Did I break it? Or is this where I'm supposed to be? I think this is it. Yeah, good call. Just to be safe. What's up, Maduro? Good meme. Oh yeah, let me turn off the radio again. My bad. No Bark, please do Austin Powers. Like, can that be the next arc? Then you can have an epic Austin Powers, No Bark Noonan crossover event.
You can expect delays and revisions to the timetables of this train service due to leaves on the track.
Groovy, baby. Someone in chat earlier said, mate the rake. What do I think so far from what I've seen of the game? Any thoughts on the aesthetic? Love the aesthetic. I've enjoyed everything so far. Of course, like the beginning is always going to be the most polished. And also, like a lot of the beginning was in that initial gameplay trailer they shared. So I'm excited just to be out in the open world. But it's really just all of like the small things adding up, like terminals being different, the animations being different, having the what do we decide to call the Pip-Boy? The Pop Chap. And like the telephones, all that. Mr. Bean is my next build. I'll try. Until you find a cure for this ailment, you'll take 10% more damage in combat. Further investigation into your origins may lead you to the remedy. Crash left you rattled, and it'll take more than a stim pack to fix this kind of damage. Okay, so to start off, I'm taking 10% more damage and dealing 10% less. That's great. But I look like a baller. Oh man, even the cars. Oh, it's called the Attaboy. I like that. Come on, dude. You know the queen, or I'm sorry, the king is watching this right now. I'm not sure how one-to-one it is in terms of scale, but I know it was made by a lot of people who live in and around London, or like are moved from London. So I imagine it's probably pretty close.
What was that? Sounded painful if you ask me.
Better not be those dogs up to something. I swear if it is.
Not everything's the dogs, Johnny.
You look like shit, mate. You alright? This one just came off the train, boss.
Quiet, the both of you. Well, well, well. If it isn't the lab rat, you made it out. You're in a right state, ain't you? Never had a crash round here before.
No, we definitely just had a crash, but information on your tickets, you can attempt to persuade them into sharing both. Oh, so the currency I think is tickets, like train tickets, I guess.
Of course. Winston.
Yeah, enjoy.
I'm in a right state.
You may be right there. Frankly, I don't have the time to groom myself these days. Name's Gaunt, Sebastian Gaunt. And these dredges are Chill Winston and Johnny Shrapnel. But you can ignore Johnny. We're the vagabonds.
We're the roughest, toughest, sharpest gang round these parts. Not like the dogs.
Snuff it, Johnny. Don't scare away our new acquaintance. So, who are you exactly?
Hmm. I wish there was a way to withhold that I was in the lab, but
only the gentry use those trains. Looks like you're a wayfarer now, like the rest of us.
bro. Is this mod lore friendly? I believe so. I don't think it contradicts any lore since it's set in the UK.
Is there a problem, or are you just enjoying the silence?
What is this place?
Lewisham, or what's left of it. The Isle of Dogs Syndicate. Johnny gets a bit excited about them. Yeah, it was supposed to be a supply run.
We bought the location off someone in Thameshaven. Some old construction papers.
Yeah, well, you don't look like it. Well then, wayfarer. Seems like you got two choices. You could head down that way to the Thames folk. Ain't exactly pleasant to look at, but appearances can be deceiving. They may even know a thing or two about that land, seeing as they sold us the location. Otherwise, you can stick it out with me and my mates. We help you out, you help us out.
Alright, we going to Thameshaven? Or are we gonna join the Peaky Blinders?
Let's just say that we're not the only gang sniffing around London. And we need help dealing with the competition. Obviously, we'd give you a little
Peaky
pick-me-up
Blinders
first.
clearly need the help. I have a feeling it's it feels like a Preston Garvey situation, but maybe that's just PTSD, you know.
How can I put this nicely? They look like chewing gum stamped into the pavement.
Yeah, I'll stick it out with these guys for a bit. Probably get some guns. Or some knives.
Nice. We could use an extra pair of hands.
Here, take this for the road. Its best days are behind it.
There we go. Butterfly knife. I like those animations. It's just shining governor's shoes. What's the VATS key? Anyone know?
Used to be big names in South London. The cunts who made things go awry are the Isle of Dogs Syndicate. There's a fucking lot of them, and they all walk around with the Gentry reserves in their skyrocket, so they got tickets to
follow forward. Yeah, okay. So it looks the same.
What that bees are really dancing with the Gentry. The Gentry rule from their ivory towers, pissing off their pedestals from Westminster. Forget trying to get in there. Those gates are tighter than a duck's arse. Why are they so tight, you ask? Because they've got the Tommies to defend them. Powerful enough to take the peace, too stupid to keep it. Which means the occasional toe rags crop up and have a punt at blighty leadership. This brings me to the Dressel factions. Take your pick. Camelot, the Elmington Mad Knights, Wandsworth, or if you fancy painting it black, you've the Fifth Column tyrants in Tower Hamlets. Next on the list, you've the twats in the periphery. Hooligans that'll smack you. Beefeaters that'll eat you.
Seems like a lot of factions.
Cannon up your arse. Roundels in Hackney.
Not sure we should trust these guys, but it's obvious they shot their way through what should have been a secure bunker and then just left you there. It's true. I'm not sure I trust the scientists that were in there either.
So, as life dictates, you should probably stick with us. Know what I mean? The rest you can work out yourself, because I'm tired of monologuing. But yeah, if they shoot at you, they ain't your mate. Guns are more common round here these days. Ever since Enfield opened its doors to all and sundry. You'll need to keep your head down. You ain't in that test tube anymore, sunshine. Now, left, right, left, right. I think they call it walking.
Yeah, I really love the atmosphere so far.
There it is, Greenwich Station. We've got a...
Oh, there's another crash. It's quite the atmosphere for sure. Alright, I'm just relaunching. Yeah, that's a good point, Ghost Cry. I'm going to start the game up and I'm going to be right back. Use the restroom. Alright, I'm back. Yes, it does replace Fallout 4 completely until you uninstall it. But you could also do a separate install if you wanted to. So if you're on Steam, you could rename your Fallout 4 folder to Fallout 4 Backup or something like that, and Steam won't recognize that folder. So you can do 2 installs that way. Oh, I'm gonna need to be quick saving for sure. Pretty sure I just went back to meeting them. Interval save mod would be a good idea. Yeah. Yeah. Save on wait, save on travel. I'm gonna make that 5 minutes. Should hopefully mitigate most stuff. You're kidding, dude. You're kidding. I got even less far than last time. It just works. Yeah, maybe they do have some work remaining. Or, I mean, it could be a me issue. You never know. I mean, I would expect things like that from a mod of this size. They made a new game and put it into Fallout 4, you know? Yeah, the loading screens are a lot like Fallout 3. I like it.
Right, as this seems to be a prime rabbit in the headlights situation, I'll give you a rundown of who's who in Old Blighty, shall I? First up, there's us. We're the Vagabonds. Used to be big names in South London till a couple of things went awry.
Just make sure that's, yeah, alright.
But enough about that till later. The cunts who made things go awry are the Isle of Dogs Syndicate. There's a fucking lot of them, and they all walk around with the Gentry reserves in their skyrockets, and they got tickets to burn. They got that bees and honey dancing with the Gentry. The Gentry rule from their ivory towers, pissing off their pedestals from Westminster. Forget trying to get in there.
This is like my biggest pet peeve in games, but when you're supposed to be following characters and they walk at a different speed than you. I mean, even when these guys like start jogging in a section, it's like it's slower than my jog.
Which means It's the occasional toe-rags couple and have a put to blind leadership. This brings me to the dressing factions. Take your pick. Camelot, the old Tin Man Knights in Wandsworth, or if you fancy painting it black, you've the fifth column tyrants in Tower Hamlets. Next on the list, you've the twats in the periphery. Hooligans that'll smack you. Beefeaters that'll eat ya. Jack Tars will
Oh, so they are actually the Peaky Blinders.
Roundels in Harry. Well, they keep to themselves.
Not actually, but like inspired by.
Miller's men and the slapheads over in Islington. Neighbouring next to them are the Pistols in Camden, who wants anarchy in the UK. All of that makes sense. So, as life dictates, you should probably stick with us. Know what I mean? The rest you can work out yourself, because I'm tired of monologuing. But yeah, they shoot at you.
Never sprint
They
through
ain't your
doors?
mate.
You mean like
Guns are more common round here
sprint
these
and then
days,
enter a door?
Ever since Enfield opened its doors to all and sundry. You'll need to keep your head down. You ain't in that test tube anymore, Sancho. Now, left, right, left, right. I think they call it walking.
Alright, awesome. I'll keep that in mind. Played Fallout 4 at release with no DLC, and then played like 15 hours of it probably a couple months ago. Modded. Just stopped as soon as I got to the Institute. I've heard Far Harbor is good, but just never got around to it. Okay, guys. Yeah, for sure, Digger. But it's still hitting in that place pretty consistently. I might try and just go left to Thamesville, like they said. Not sure. I feel like there's probably like a scripted encounter coming up or something like that. All right. No bark, have you installed it yet? Does Fallout London not like Far Harbor? Oh, you mean because it crashed? Since they call their like development team FOLON, I thought you meant like the team doesn't like Far Harbor or something. But no, the crash, yeah. Oh, giant ladybug? Modded Adidas tracks is from the game. Yeah. Okay, first encounter, here we go. It's just sizing me up.
Yeah.
I just know the outfits are gonna crack me up, man. No, I want the bowler hat. It's worth it. Oh, this was like a... Oh, there we go. Okay, so we need to find some pounds. Yeah, what a standoff indeed. It's true. Yeah, I know there's a couple of, I think it's from the cartoons, which I never really watched, but the Star Wars cartoons, I think they like did a good job of, like there were a couple fight scenes where it really just was like samurai style, like just one hit, dead. Alright, we got our first wild dogs. Alright. We're going with the melee build regardless, so it doesn't really matter at this point, but I like that. There's, you know, you're starting without a gun. Digger, I think the lore reason for that is most of the bombs exploded in midair to spread fallout instead of impacting the ground. But I could be wrong on that. I'm not a nuke expert or anything. Okay, sweet. We got a faction here.
We won't go quietly. You can count on that. What are you doing around these parts?
So they just put the NCR in here? Give them the same lines? Patrolling the Thames almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
You need anything?
The fuck is your problem? I won't be calming down anytime soon. My bloody dogs are dead because of you.
Okay. Just sick the dogs on me. What was I supposed to do?
They were mine. Churchill and the others. Some were strays, maybe. But mine, I fed them every day. That ain't true. They took a liking to most people. Your ugly mug must have set him off.
Yeah, I'm sure
to
that's
be
the
honest,
case.
he's always getting picked on by the other strays. He really needs a home. With me work and all, I don't really have time to take care of the little guy properly. Why not make amends for everything? Think you could adopt him? Churchill's his name. Great. He's a real good boy. You do right by him, he'll do right by you. Just give him a little pat on the head if you want to take him with you. He's smart enough to work out the rest. Anyway, enough about the dog talk. Why are you here?
Right? This doesn't make any sense, Conrad. Hey, I don't mind a dog. Everyone loves dogs. What is this place?
Here is the Prilla Dog Chum Factory. We're the #1 canned goods supplier in London. Doctor, here, you're having a... I'm not supposed to talk about our health and safety practices. It's in me contract.
Oh, they're running like a sweatshop in here then?
I don't know. Talk to the owner. He's inside. Thameshaven. Don't know why you'd want to go there. But if you insist, keep following the road, past the bunker, past Fesco, then turn right. Keep going, and you'll reach the old tube station. It's down there. Sure, sure. God save our gracious queen.
Okay. He's just instantly better than dog meat. Got an English bulldog here, man.
A little too close for comfort, mate. Where did you
His
come
teeth are
from?
piercing his tongue, but that's okay.
Stop worrying about your dog.
That's incredible. This is like instantly my favorite companion. Absolutely based.
Run like hell and you'll be there.
Bro, they got his nuts and everything. Should have quick save before that.
Come see what I've got. Take a look.
Can we sell anything? Yeah, so the currency is tickets, like the metro tickets. I think that's pretty cool. Wow, that's expensive. Tea isn't worth shite.
See ya.
There's a bunch of yelling. I wonder if there's like, it sounds like a fighting pit. I didn't see the Nate preset when I started. I went through probably about 15 of them. Yeah, Union Strike, probably. Let me see what they're putting in this shit. Tolerable placement for brown beef and our chum. Do not celebrate, this is a mere reprieve. Continue production at all costs, our existence will not be a fleeting shadow. They really take their chum seriously. Tonic code and avoid the wrath for gentry overlords. Okay, so they have to meet some sort of quota for the scientists then. The guillotine of punishment still looms overhead. Celebrate not, for our toil shall only intensify as we march into the abyss of another month. It's either written by ChatGPT or he's some guy who really cares about his work. Ghost Cry. The Boston Tea Party. That's good. Dude, look at this dude. Trying to find this yelling.
Yeah? Yes?
Maduro, you should make a channel on the Discord. Call it Dr. O's Comedy Hour. Pedigree chum dog food. Yeah.
It's no longer just a matter of principle. It's a matter of health and safety, of our rights. We demand machine maintenance, no more weekly amputations.
Definitely a union strike.
We demand time off, at least one day a week. We demand fair wages, 3 tickets an hour. And other stuff too. We demand to be treated like real people. We're not just Mr. Handy's mindlessly stuffing tins of chum. We're flesh and blood and irradiated spirit stuffing tins of chum. But we're still real people with real needs. Like bathroom breaks. We demand those too. And if we don't get them, we'll strike. We'll throw down our tools and stuff tins no more. Fair treatment for fair work. Fair treatment for fair work.
Unless you want fair unemployment, get back to work.
Dropped into the don't know, no bark. It sounds like they don't get any days off, no bathroom breaks. And this guy's got a top hat, so you know he's rich.
You don't work for me. What are you doing on my factory floor? So you're the type to stick their nose in other people's business, huh? You could be just what I've been looking for. Speak to me in my office. I have a business proposal for you.
Yeah, definitely funny. I feel like Fallout 4 comedy is like Marvel comedy, you know? Like it's supposed to be a joke, but it's only funny if you're 12.
Good. I thought you were a smart one. That's why I want to offer you a job.
I'm not stuffing tins of chum.
Nor would I let you. This job concerns Alan Calloway, the ne'er-do-well you heard earlier. He needs to be dealt with. He's bad for morale, not to mention my profits. But I can't touch him. His following among the rabble grows daily. He seems to have it out for me, personally. He verbally attacks me at every turn, and I've been at my wit's end all month. No idea what to do. And then, who but an avenging angel graced my doorstep? What say you? Will you return this factory to peace?
Yeah, I definitely like seeing progress in the wastes. I feel like that's part of what made me like Fallout New Vegas so much when I played it the first time. And in certain areas it makes sense. Like DC being more ravaged because they don't have clean water, more bombs dropped. But yeah, it seems like they're on the path of just reverting everything that happens and starting back at square one. Which is alright, I guess. Not my preference, though. Alright, we going bad karma? Good karma?
I've tried the peaceful approach. I bought him off. He just pocketed the tickets and kept on going. He's more money hungry than I
am. Don't be a scab. Evil maxing. Yeah, I think so. No union busting? I feel like this is a good compromise. I mean, he's still got to make output.
That's
try this.
Brilliant. He'll change his tune in a heartbeat. I won't even have to pay him more than I already do if I make it regional sales goals. I can just give him the absolute worst regions, and no one would take his complaints seriously if I'm working with him. Bless you. I'm the hero, and he's the villain now. Follow me. You won't want to miss this show.
Yeah. Capitalist maxing. I do feel like in the show, however, that, you know, Shady Sands was nuked, of course, so it seems like the NCR is gone or disbanded, but obviously they had a bunch of other settlements that probably weren't targeted by nukes, I would think, because Shady Sands was the biggest one.
I've got good news for you. And I
so I
wanted
feel like it's probably like a
everyone to hear
loose
this
affiliation
announcement.
in the NCR.
What are you up to, Harvin?
I'm promoting you to regional manager. You now have the full authority to make changes that would affect regional sales. After After all, you're receiving a share of the profits now. Your salary is now tied to our sales goals.
No, you can't.
You'll be in charge of regional sales in Bromley.
But they're landlocked.
Once you prove you can handle that responsibility, we'll look to add more territories. Oh, and don't forget, your pay's tied to sales goals, and we're a tad behind on those this quarter.
You heard Arvin. We need to meet those goals. That means ramping up the conveyor belt speed.
In like 2 years, this guy is gonna be like Harvin 2.0. Now we got Arcade Ganon here too.
Hi, how are you?
Huh?
I can't thank you enough for that stroke of brilliance. I'll double my profits off his lazy ass. That creativity deserves a reward. And a bonus. Stop by any time.
Nice. Said it's one spot in such a large area, we should still see NCR in other parts of LA. I don't mind the NCR being shown on a decline, but it should make sense a bit more. I feel like it will in season 2. I hope so, at least. I mean, obviously they're going to Vegas and not like Vault City or the Hub or anything. But I definitely feel like, you know, if the NCR was 5 states before, that's correct, with Shady being one of them, it's probably like, you know, 4 states now, but they're not really affiliated with NCR as much as they are just a settlement. Yeah, I want to see Dead Money Arc. Something similar, at least. Like, give me a heist with horror elements. Okay, what now? First quest done. I wonder if the foreman up here knows where a doctor is. Your 3 episodes of Slave Collar Stress, yeah, for the peak experience. Just imagining Walton Goggins like waking up with the collar on, being like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me."
If you're
I
buying,
think she only had
I'm
dog
selling.
food to sell, but I'm gonna see if she's got anything else now that we
Take a
got
look.
money. Yeah, just dog food.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if anyone knew what he was humming. Imagine it's a reference of some sort. Oh, no problem at all. I don't consider it a tirade. I mean, that's the feelings of a lot of the community. I just kind of, I don't know. I try to be optimistic about those things because I think the show was good. I mean, besides like the whole retcon situation that everyone was on for a bit, which I never felt like it was a retcon, to be honest. If anything, it was a continuity error. But yeah, I have hope. I mean, of the 2 showrunners, one of them like was addicted to Fallout 1 and flunked out of college playing it. So, like, you know, I know he at least has respect for it, even if he makes some changes that aren't popular. I am very curious about how they handle the courier, though. I don't think the courier shows up. I don't think the courier is running Vegas. I think if there's anyone still left in Vegas, it's Mr. House. But whether or not that's like flashbacks or, you know, House canon ending or whatnot, I'm not sure. Yeah, I like the idea of Hank the courier. No, I like the idea of the like mythical personality. I think that's how you handle it. That's how you would handle like the lone wanderer probably too. All right. So it's not too far. We're gonna head for Thames Haven. I do want them to pick an ending. Preferably like a house ending with the NCR coming back to fight. And that's why Vegas is ruined. But I just know like whatever ending they pick, people are gonna get upset. I just don't know how you get around it any other way. Like, you can only be vague for so long.
Yeah.
Oh, we hit level 4 already. I didn't even realize we were leveling up, to be honest. Okay, so you can still put points into the actual specials like in Fallout 4, and then you also get these. I'm not gonna get this. Even when we hit 20, I'm not gonna get that. Also weird that they're sorted like this. I would have just started hitting these thinking I didn't unlock anything. Yeah, I think we take this. For sure. We'll need that as well. Upgrade our shit. I'll grab that later. There's a better sense of what the main settlements are. And that too. Alright. Can't pull a Warp of the West like they did with Elder Scrolls in this one. Oh, they definitely can't. All the Dragon Break stuff. Elder Scrolls, like, lore breaks, for lack of a better term, also make more sense because it's kind of like this, you know, mythical legend land, and like there's usually hundreds of years between the games. I mean, not usually, I guess the earlier games are pretty close together, but yeah, you know, it's like documentation in medieval times is gonna be not as good as Fallout. Season 2 flashback candidate pre-war. Cooper Howard is screaming, covering his ears in disbelief as his platoon commander Nate the Rake is gunning down helpless civilians POWs. That's your next video, dude. Let's see it. Yeah, Maduro, I love the this butterfly knife animation. Yeah, I could just do this all day.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls lore being batshit insane makes the whole thing feel magical and unusual. Yeah, also it's just a good job too of like obviously each race has their own like religions to some extent. Like they're the 9 divines, of course, but you know, you go to Morrowind and they have a different take on godhood and these things. I think that fits in a fantasy world. Alright, I'm guessing this is gonna be like our Diamond City type location, if I had to guess.
Can I help you?
I'm guessing these guys are the dominant faction? That's who was running the
State
chum
your
factory
business,
as well.
civilian. The Thames folk have a decent surgeon. If they let you in, that is. Thames Haven is under lockdown from what we've been able to gather. They've barricaded themselves in. No one goes in or out. Seems their pest problem finally got out of control.
Nate the Rake 100% legit. No Bark, I'll let you answer that one.
Beneath us, in the flooded remains of Canada Water Station,
Canada mention?
Thames folk like to keep to themselves.
Dude, we're gonna wipe out everyone in that Canada station.
Personally, I wouldn't mind helping them. Thames folk are folk just like you and me, but we just don't have the authorization. The orders from up top are clear. No interference with the Thames folk. Mutants, children of the Thames. Some of my comrades call them sludge suckers, but never to their face. If you've never seen one, prepare yourself.
What did he say? Slug folk? Yeah, ghouls. Yeah, I was about to say.
Gaunt, eh? I'd steer clear of him. He's a wanted man in these parts, though I hear he's a friend of the Thames folk. Can't say that I have. That's the sort of thing the Thames folk might know more about. Most of them have taken to living beneath the surface.
Because Todd had a gun to his head.
Just to be clear, I don't advise doing this unless absolutely necessary. They've barricaded the main entrance. You'll have
No
to
Bark,
go
I'm
in
sure
the
you got
long
all
way
the
around,
same
through the south
kind of comments, but
entrance.
when I made that Joe Rogan
Find
interview,
their leader,
like,
Rachel
I
Hall.
can't tell you the amount of comments I
Good
got
luck.
that were like, this isn't actually canon, he walked it back. I'm like, okay. It's a joke.
Rule the waves. Britons never, never, never shall be slaves.
Holy shit, you're right. It's Indian Nate.
Where did you come from?
The Lone Wanderer's chilling on Mothership Zeta. Alright, let's head in here. War criminal update's still canon. Yeah, for real. Nathanji Rekka. Yeah, I like to think the Lone Wanderer maybe gave like Arthur Maxon like a wedgie or something. He just like had a grudge after that. He was like, only Scents give wedgies. definitely meant to keep people out. So I'm guessing these are all ghouls, like you said. It just goes there. Alright. Should have been an enemy in Starfield. Yeah. If you told me that you could find the Lone Wanderer on like some random planet in Starfield, I believe you. My old headcanon, it's not original. I think I saw it in a video, but was Courier 6 being a synth. This was before Fallout 4. But I like that idea of him being shot in the head twice and surviving. It was a good explanation for it, but I think it's more impactful now if it was just like complete luck, you know, that he survived. Because then it serves as kind of like a, I don't know what you would call that, but kind of ties into the whole gambling theme of Vegas. And like this one guy just happening to, you know, change everything when he may not have been alive. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Courier tilted his head. Yeah, saved by the grace of God. Azathoth. Bruh. Amazon Prime reference. It's just an idle animation for this? This is sick. That's awesome. Find it weird that everyone says Courier was shot twice in the head with the opening cinematic and Doc Mitchell only indicate one bullet existing. The opening cinematic is one bullet, yes, but of course you're going to be knocked out by that. But Doc Mitchell does say if you have high luck, he says, I'm surprised those bullets didn't just jump out of your head and right back into the gun. So definitely multiple. Mysterious stranger was the second shooter. Yeah, he was on top of the water tower. Victor missed him. Swimming through shit. Average London experience.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
New enemies are pretty cool so far. Definitely better than generic rats and mirelurks, for sure. For sure. What was that? That's got to be a companion, right? The Ling suffix suggests these are babies and give much. That is true. Good catch.
There's no use, Rachel. It's a lost cause. Lost cause.
Slug faces. So they're like ghouls, but
This is our home.
I don't know. Wonder what the lore is.
To move on. Thames Haven is lost. Give the orders to tear down these barricades and evacuate the market. You'd have me leave the ferry.
How's your install going, No Bark?
You'd send more Thames folk to die. Or should we just sit here and wait to be overrun? Besides, he'll be fine on his own. Always has done before. I won't abandon.
Sludge faces, not slug faces. Appreciate that.
Hold on. Looks like we have a tourist.
Good stuff. If you stream or anything, let me know. I'll probably cut my stream fairly soon. But yeah, I can redirect people to yours.
Who are you? How did you get in here?
What the fuck are you?
I'll choose to ignore your rudeness and give you a sincere answer. We're Thames folk. What brought you to Thames Haven, outsider?
Yeah, I think
We have one. Dr. Alan Webb is in the market. Unfortunately, we can't open the gate to outsiders.
yeah, most of the sludge
Not
faces
yet.
are under the Thames, but there was one that
Any
was in the
other
royal
reason
family.
why you came here,
Prince
of
Philip.
all places? I've heard of such places. We were given some old construction papers a while back. Sold them to Sebastian Gaunt. They documented the construction of a laboratory beneath the Shard. I suppose that's where you woke up. And I suppose you'll want to know where we got those papers. I hate to hold this information ransom, but we're desperate. Help us out, and I'll tell you who we got them from. I hate to be a pain, but there may not be a Thameshaven left very soon. Help us out and I'll tell you anything you want to know. Most Thamesfolk are pacifists, and not by choice. It just isn't in our nature to fight.
Oh yeah, Black Lagoon creatures.
We've had to abandon the main residential district. It became infested with all manner of horrible creatures. The market's secure, but we have to take control of the situation. Otherwise, we'll have to abandon Thameshaven entirely. The ferryman's still down there, continuing the fight. Find him and help, if he's still alive.
Take note, Frontier Devs. When the Frontier came out, I just saw the reaction was bad, so I never played it, but is the creature humanoid race like a Deathclaw? Is that where like the Deathclaw jokes come from with regards to that mod?
He doesn't spend much time here in Thameshaven. Considers himself some sort of shaman.
Lizard weird race.
He looks out for us. Brings us
Must have been a great
supplies
game
and
reference. All the reptilians that are
he doesn't
trying to
have
control the wasteland.
Pacifist instincts.
Have any chems hidden away in those gills? I just want to see the reaction.
No, I don't. About that, we've blocked everything off. The only way into the district is down the elevator shaft.
Yeah, Nicholas, that's what I was referring to.
You'll want to take some
That's what
radics
Nick Mark
first.
meant by that.
Good
I know
luck.
there was like a talking Deathclaw mod or something like that.
I'll take my family to see
Maybe
the
that's in
surface.
is that Fallout Tactics
One
or
day.
Brotherhood of Steel?
Welcome, friend. Glad to see you. Let the surface dwellers kill each other. We'll be
Got
safe
Mama Murphy.
here.
Okay, they're in Fallout 2. I knew this was one of the classic games. Yon T. Allegedly, that part was meant to be hidden by Wild Wasteland. It was, it was not.
We're counting on you, human.
We got steroids? Nice. Yeah, I just feel like I should have another weapon by now. I'm probably missing so much stuff. Save some for difficult P. Yeah, I'll use what is it? I forgot what it was called already, but the Amazon Prime reference they had. Just ship it over to the Mojave. Ladder animation? Bethesda could never. Yeah, falls on. There we go. I know this is like a weapon wheel. I don't know how to hotkey it though. Probably with Q? Yeah, and then I bet when you open this, yeah, there we go. Surely I can survive that fall, right? Yeah. Midden lurk. Not forgetting, I know New Vegas has cringe stuff too. Oh, you're responding to Ghost Cry. All the Fallouts have weird stuff. Although personally I would consider Super Mutant Gimp to be a little stranger than Girl Dominatrix. Really, that's an oversight. True, but it's written well and it's positive outs on its flaws and parts. That's why I held it to a higher standard. Some folks are tired of the wacky wasteland stuff. I appreciate it. Wild wasteland stuff. I mean, that stuff is usually never part of the main story or anything, so... And in New Vegas specifically, it's locked behind the trait. Yeah, definitely.
Right, you. What are you doing here? Since you came to my rescue, I'm guessing you're a friend. That will be made abundantly clear.
How cartoony the newer games are written. Some cartooning is fine, but I think it's been forgetting its major identity of the apocalypse for a while now. Yeah, I agree. I feel like they've leaned more into the cartoony stuff. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It is kind of like a Pulp Fiction at the end of the day.
Oh, I did wonder how long they'd leave me to fend for myself. Now I need to recover. Here. Take this. The breach is right next to a load-bearing pillar. The whole tunnel needs sealing. Once it's blocked and the district's clear, take the utility route up to the market.
Yeah, true, no bark. I remember watching a video of Emil giving like a presentation at a developers conference or something, and he talked a lot about how just Skyrim was successful because of their Radiant quests. And I feel like, you know, now that he's older and, you know, well established, he can be pretty stubborn in like how he wants his games done and thinking like this is the best way because it worked on this game. I'm about to die. But games are always changing, of course. I feel like Starfield was a chance to modernize their games, but it just ended up being like Space Skyrim, you know? The George Lucas disease. Yeah. I feel like people will think differently about Starfield within a year or two. Like, not only because of mods, but Todd said that going forward, and this is their intention for future Elder Scrolls and Fallouts, is a big DLC once a year that adds a bunch of new content and features, kind of like what Phantom Liberty did for Cyberpunk. I always thought it was just a little weird that people were comparing Cyberpunk to Starfield, considering that at that point Cyberpunk had been out for 3 years, you know? A nuke? Honestly, kind of true, no bark. I didn't hate it, but I wanted to like it a lot more than I did. Yeah, definitely no innovation. Like, I feel like their biggest innovation was adding ladder animations. People memed on that so hard. Do I have to swim under? If anyone knows where to go, please let me know. Nope. Let's just ride over there. Disco Elysium is so good. I agree, Nicholas. In some cases, it may be the writers, but I think in general, the industry, just because there was such a surge in popularity in recent years, especially during the COVID pandemic, I feel a lot of private equity gotten into games. And although, like, Microsoft acquiring Bethesda and Obsidian and companies like that is good for them, because that means they can make games that without having to worry about, you know, having a huge profit to be able to make the next game. It does mean that it's more of a investment vehicle. The same thing is happening to movies. Has happened to movies. Alright, I don't know where to go here. I'm very tempted to toggle collision and go through there. Dot in the headlock until he makes Fallout New Vegas too. Man, at least just make a 64-bit port so that modding's easier. Like, can you imagine the modding community if New Vegas was 64-bit? Probably have more mods than Skyrim. Baldur's Gate also a great example, but I do wonder if it would have gotten made if not for the crowdfunding it received, you know? Okay, I was gonna break the rules a bit. Sorry to cheat. That is very true about them being independent like that. What do you guys think of the game so far? I really only have a few nitpicky things. Not a fan of how maze-like this is. Yeah, that's my thought as well. Although I could just be like doing this really poorly. Like, it just seems like I run one way and then it leads me back to the same place, you know? Alright. Sorry to do it again. The vampire game? Which one? Yeah, I know I gotta get healed. I'm guessing like now that I've done this for them, they'll give me a doctor, and then the doctor will be like, "Oh, you have some sort of like weird serum menu." It just heals me and then sets me on a weird path, and it'd be kind of questionable. We made it to our first settlement, it looks like.
We all heard the explosion. Since you're alive, I'm guessing thanks are in order. The Thames folk are grateful. Thank you. Now, about this underground lab. We had a human boy, Archie, living here for a time. He gave me those construction papers. as a gift. Before you ask, he's already moved on. You see, some of the Thames folk... That's a lie. Most weren't happy with a human living down here. Archie left before there was too much bad blood. The ferryman should know where he
So the doctor I gotta find is
He was
somewhere
the
else.
one who brought the boy here in the first place.
I was reading chat, I may have missed something.
Dr. Webb's with him in the infirmary. He sends his regards.
Okay, no, the doctor's in
He
there.
should
It
stop
seems like.
by. Thanks again. Tell Archie I said hello if you find him.
Yeah, I appreciate the
Tell him I'm
immersive
sorry
British
if it's
experience of using a knife.
Is
But,
there anything else you
and not a
need?
single gun. Even the guys at the beginning, the Peaky Blinders dudes, they said like there's more guns in the area now.
Ask away. If you need anything else, just ask. Stay safe up there. Do you smell that? It's the Thames calling to us.
It's good to know that, at least once in a while, I can rely on the help of a stranger.
Yeah, 2 melee weapons and the
You have
flare
my
gun,
thanks.
which does basically nothing.
Rachel told me about your predicament. I pity you. If one has no past, then through what lens are they to view the future?
Wooden board or something.
If there's any way I can help you, any information I can give you, I will.
Alright, we can finally get some answers to this stuff.
I've met many people in my travels along the Thames, but no one by that name. I know quite a few Smiths, though.
Did 343 make Halo Wars, or was that a different company?
Not much.
I enjoyed the first Halo Wars.
Only what the boy told me.
But I was young.
He woke up in another lab, like you. Except he remembers how he got there. I didn't press him for details. He seemed shook up about it. Understandable. I know he's a violent man, but who isn't these days? I try not to involve myself in inland politics. To me, the Isle of Dogs Syndicate and the Vagabonds are one and the same. I won't get invested in their conflict. The general mood in Tim's Haven leads towards the Vagabonds.
Yeah, Conrad, I'm almost wondering if
is a good customer.
This antagonist Smythe figure is just me, because you only see him in like blurry sequences. So I wonder if I'm a clone or something. Oh, thanks, Ghost Cry.
Not soon enough. I didn't know where else to take him. I thought he'd be safe down here. I was fishing one night on the north side of the Thames. That's when he found me. I came running down the steps to the embankment. I'd never met him before. He was being chased by... I don't know. I think they were soldiers. I didn't recognize their uniforms. They weren't the Tommies or the 5th Column, but they were well equipped. We got away by the skin of our teeth. It's
Mr.
good
Smythe is
fortune
just your future.
My boat was ready to set sail. I saw them all right. I just didn't recognize them. If there was one thing that stood out, it would be their faces. They seemed bored, as if they didn't care about catching him.
Brainwashed, maybe?
Their bodies told a different story. I've never seen anyone run that fast before. They were seconds away from snatching him. I only know he was kidnapped by the same people he was running from. They took him and some others to a laboratory underground. When I asked about the others, he went quiet. I don't think they made it out. You must realize that his story was of no personal interest to me. So I didn't ask as many questions as you'd probably like. I took him east, to a settlement in Rotherhithe, near that crashed plane. Last I heard, they were facing problems of their own. Not too dissimilar to Tim's Haven's tribulations. These are dark times for our people. Archie may still be there. I hope he is. For your sake as much as his. I hope so. A lot of the Thames folk settlements I've made contact. Mitten lurks, leeches, pig rats, you name it. If it's not a coincidence, things are worse than I thought. I'd take you there myself, but I need to rest.
Hopefully the ferryman will get us some mitten lurkings.
Alright, where's this doctor?
They're delicious.
Need help? Can't say I've treated a survivor of a rail accident before. This will be interesting.
Voice acting in general is very good.
You're suffering from some kind of psychological distress. Probably brought on by the crash. That remedy should do the trick. Just remember those breathing exercises.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's a relative situation. Unless there's some shocking reveal. Mr. Smythe is like, I'm your dad.
You are my pride and joy.
Can I help you? I might have.
Okay, right away is very expensive. So are stems, to be honest, but I need at least one. What's up, gunslinger? It's a, they call him a sludge face. It's like a form of ghoul, I guess, but it's like the Thames River running through London. Probably pollution of some sort. Alright, this thing's useless. This one remind me in Fallout 4, when you pick up a magazine like this, it just gives you the stat, right? Like it's permanent. Just wondering if I could sell it. Sweet.
Hey there, Wayfarer. Need any medical? Bye.
Just mark something on the map. Okay. Probably this one.
Learned to swim today. So proud of them.
Alright, well now that we've made it here, I think I'm gonna call it there. But I appreciate everyone joining the stream. It's my first stream ever. So it was pretty fun. Nice talking to you guys. Yeah, let me know if you want to see another stream. I'll probably do some gameplay videos regardless. Maybe I'll just do like a playthrough videos.
Warriors of the deep.
But yeah, Chad Nobark in the chat. Go check out his stream and his videos if he makes any today. I know he's installing. Same with Night Raven as well. But yeah, thanks for joining, guys. Hope you had a good time.